Donor stewardship is the process of relationship building once a donor has made a gift to your nonprofit. And having a solid stewardship plan is imperative for many reasons. Keeping your donors engaged with your organization, improving your donor experience, boosting your donor retention rates, and encouraging donors to make greater contributions. Now, last week we talked about making the ask, and you can find that video above, but today I wanted to cover a donor stewardship plan as well as some really creative ways to steward donors in this new kind of digital age. And before we begin, I gotta ask you, please hit like, subscribe, drop a comment, which all really helps our channel to reach fundraisers who might need this information. So let's get started. Step one is segmenting your donor levels, and segmenting your donors will help your organization decide who to focus on and how to recognize and steward donors at each level. So these levels serve as a framework that you'll build your plan around. And typically I segment into new donors, loyal donors, major donors, and planned giving. For our newbies, I quickly want to review the donor pyramid. Now, if you're a seasoned fundraiser, please hang in there, I'll be quick. But the base of the pyramid represents where we acquire new donors, and the idea is to work our donors up the pyramid to the point where they make an ultimate gift, which is legacy or plan giving. We nurture these relationships through effective stewardship and cultivation, through a process we call moved management. And we want to encourage a new donor to make a repeat gift. And once they become a repeat loyal donor, we can encourage them to make a major gift. And once they have become a major supporter, we talk to them about planned giving. So you can see how each level of the pyramid requires different stewardship practices. Some additional things to keep in mind when segmenting our donors is communications. Understanding how the donor prefers to be communicated with. Some prefer email, some prefer phone calls, while others like the good old-fashioned letter. Demographics. Demographics will help us understand better how to communicate with donors as well. So for example, younger donors and senior donors have different preferences in terms of how they want to communicate, but also in terms of recognition. The second step is segmenting our stewardship levels. So donors often need multiple touch points to keep them committed to supporting the mission. There is a journey we take with every donor in terms of the communications, and it starts with their first gift. So we want to start with acknowledgement. Acknowledging a gift confirms that we have received it, and it demonstrates that we're grateful for it, which starts on the path to building that bond with our supporter. Next, we want to recognize that gift. Regardless of the size of the donation, donors want to be recognized. They want to be thanked. Step three is reporting, because donors want to know they've made a difference. They want to see how their gift has helped and what it's accomplished. And four, engage. Engaging with your donors and treat them like they are active agents of your organization. Listen to what they have to say and follow up. Now, step three is discovering and documenting stewardship and recognition opportunities. So let's put segmenting our donors and segmenting our stewardship levels into practice. It is time to create our roadmap for our stewardship plan. So for example, here's an Instagram post I did with a timeline for new donor stewardship. We acknowledge them immediately, recognize them by sending a thank you letter with a client story or a quote from someone impacted by the donation, engage them with a survey, and report back with an impact report. We want to break down the journey for each level of support. So let's begin our plan by considering stewardship from the perspective of the donor. What should each type of donor experience at each stage of the process? Next, we craft those processes and policies and procedures that will ensure we implement them. And how will our team carry out each step? What challenges might we face? And then create a schedule that clearly outlines the specific points and timeframes of when each communication and experience will occur. Now, there's a myriad of stewardship methods to choose from when creating your plan, but start by brainstorming techniques to use at each donor level. So think about techniques around acknowledgement, recognition, reporting, and engagement or cultivation. And keep in mind that your donor stewardship plan should go far beyond thank you letters. You need to really engage with your donors to deepen their relationship with your organization and that connection. Now, we all know about phone calls, letters, and emails, but here's some additional creative ways to connect with your donors. Before we dig in, there are 2 programs that I usually recommend to make donor communications easier and more attractive and more engaging, which I will link in the description below. And one is Hyperize, which is a prospecting tool that allows you to add personalized images and names to your campaigns, web pages, and emails. It provides a unique and memorable experience for the donor or prospect because it's so personal, it captures their attention. Now, the other one is Canva. It's a free tool for designing, photo editing, and layout. Now, I use the pro version, but the free version works just as well. And again, I will link these in the description. But we can also do stories about the impacts of the gifts made, quotes from recipients or beneficiaries, surveys that ask for feedback and explore the donor's interests, reports on both the impact of the donor's gift and the work that your organization is doing. You can send articles or materials of interest. Text messages are also the hot new thing. The main thing is to detail each and every communication that you are going to do on every step of the journey. Step 4 is evaluating your donor stewardship plan. Donor stewardship is an ongoing process that needs attention, monitoring, assessment, and revision. Your stewardship technique should evolve as you learn more about your donors. Keep talking to donors, assessing the effectiveness of your communications, and making changes to ensure that your plan is functioning as effectively as it possibly can. If your donor stewardship plan isn't improving retention rates or inspiring larger gifts, try to figure out where you can improve and strengthen relationships. So that was our tips on creating a stewardship plan. Next week, we're going to be covering nonprofit leadership. So this is just a reminder that our mission here on YouTube is to empower those who empower others. So again, please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff so we can reach more fundraisers. And see you next week.